Hi, I'm Chip Tony. I have a class in the Basic Palace of Las Vegas. Today I will show you a sample of the wedding cake designs by Scroll. Now we begin.
Christmas is almost here, and I thought it'd be the perfect time to show you guys how I make my Olaf. Perfect for a frozen Christmas, and I'm going to show you how to create a little Christmas tree to go with him as well, to go on top of your cakes. You can also use Olaf with my Elsa doll cake, or place it on your frozen dessert table. He's also cute next to my tea set cupcakes. You can check out more Christmas ideas and all these other tutorials at the end of the video or in the video description below with the links. Okay, to start off with, I'm using several different sized balls of fondant. I'm just kneading up the two smaller ones and then just shaping them into little balls and then flattening them slightly down. Again, with my largest ball of fondant, I'm just balling it up and then gently flattening it down just slightly. And again, balling it up and then gently flattening it down just slightly to sit on top to form the top part of his body. And my last ball of fondant, I'm just balling it up to form the shape of his head, just slightly flattening it down. It's almost like an egg shape, and then I'm just tapering in the top and the bottom with my fingers to form Olive's head, and then gently flattening the top up with my fingers and the bottom, and then pinching in the middle. Okay, now using a toothpick, I'm just going to roughly draw in the shape of his mouth. Once I've drawn the shape in, I'm just going to gently press in the inside of the mouth down with my toothpick. It will be a little bit rough, and all I do is just smooth it over with my fingers by pressing down slightly. It doesn't have to be completely smooth because we're going to cover it anyway. Okay, now I've rolled out some black fondant very thinly, and then I'm using my brush and a little bit of water just to place inside the mouth, and then pressing the black fondant on top. And using my X-Acto knife, I'm just going to go around the inside and trim the mouth out, or the inside of the mouth out. Using my toothpick just to maneuver the little black portions into the mouth so that it's nice and neat. And now using an offcut of the straw, I'm going to cut out 2 circles of black fondant, balling up 2 little balls of white fondant, and then flattening it with my finger and placing it on top of the black portion, just slightly lower, so I'm not totally covering the black portion. This is just forming part of Olive's eyes. And now I'm just cutting out 2 tiny little bits of black fondant and then balling it up and attaching it to the center of the eyes, gluing it with a little bit of water and pressing down. And there the eyes completed. Now just shaping where the eye sockets are going to go with the bottom of my brush, and then attaching the eyes with a little bit of water and pressing in. And using my straw again just to cut out a couple of eyebrows. And then attaching it onto Olive's head. Okay, now balling up 3 little balls of fondant and then flattening it down and rolling out a tiny bit of white fondant and cutting out a shape to form Olive's teeth. Smoothing the edges over slightly and then attaching it to his mouth. Okay, now balling up a ball of orange fondant and then tapering in one end after I've stretched it out into a sausage shape. And then using the bottom of my brush just to create an indent for the nose in his face, and then using my palette knife just to create some indents into the carrot to give it a bit more texture, and then gluing the carrot nose onto his face with a little bit of water. Now rolling a strip of brown fondant cutting into 3 little strips and then flattening one end of each strip, and using my knife just to cut a little cut into each of the strips. And again rolling out another piece of brown fondant and and then cutting it in half this time. Flattening one end just to form the hands, and then cutting 2 little cuts to form the fingers. Now attaching my olive, I'm gluing his body onto his legs. And now I'm attaching a toothpick just to give him some support, and placing his head on top with a little bit of water. Attaching the black buttons or coal, and then attaching his arms. Just shaping his hands, and then using my toothpick just to create a little hole at the top, and placing my 3 little pieces of brown fondant sticks together, pressing it in, cutting off the excess, and then attaching at the top for his little hairs. And that's it, that's my olive. Hope you like it. If you do like him, don't forget to click the like button below. Now onto the Christmas tree. Very, very easy, just rolling some green fondant into a cone shape, tapering up the top to form the cone, and then flattening the bottom. Using a wooden skewer, sticking it through the middle, and then using a pair of scissors, I'm going to go around and trim the fondant to create the tree shape. It is very soft and floppy because I haven't added anything to the fondant, but once you finish you can shape it up and make sure that it's in the right shape as it's setting. So again, just going around and then just trimming the fondant. Until you finish at the bottom. Okay, now I've rolled out some yellow fondant, and I'm using a star plunger cutter to cut out a star, and I'm attaching it on top of the Christmas tree with a little bit of water. I'm using some edible cashews, and I'm just going to stick them on the Christmas tree to look like little Christmas baubles. If you don't have these cashews, you can ball up different coloured balls of fondant and just attach them like the baubles. Do you love Olaf and Christmas? Let me know in the comments below. And then all you have to do is place them on top of your cakes, attach them with some royal icing, or you can use the skewers, leave the skewers in, and then place them